beautiful Sunday afternoon. Welcome to the Parenting Show. I'm your host, Juliet, and I'll be taking you through Parenting 101. Remember to talk to us on our social media handles at KTN Home _ on Instagram and Twitter, and KTN Home on Facebook. My social handles are at Julie Mega. Remember, children are great imitators, so give them something great to imitate.
Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Please tell us where you're watching us from. And yeah, my name is Chepchumba Cherus. You can interact with us on our social media handles. The hashtag to use is the Parenting Show. And before I even introduce my guest, I want to big up CDI Gadgets for coming through. They gave me a phone stand and a ring light. I appreciate you so much. You can check them out. They have amazing gadgets, by the way, for you. So please check out CDI Gadgets on Instagram, Facebook. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Parenting Show. My name is Chepchumba Cherus. Follow us on our social media handles at KTN Home, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and on my personal handles at Chepchumba Cherus. And yes, without further ado, let me introduce my guest for today, Mama Fitness. Hi.
Hi, Chep.
How are you? You're
Good
so
to see you.
today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm just from my workout, so you can imagine the feeling that I'm feeling right now. It's always beautiful to work out. Yeah.
Cool. So introduce yourself and tell us you're a mom of how many?
So my name is Nancy Shuri. I'm a mother of 5 boys. Yes, and I'm the founder for Mama Fitness Kenya.
How old is your firstborn boy and the lastborn?
My firstborn boy is 6 years old, and the lastborn, as of now, he's 9 months old. Actually, one day after 9 months old.
Interesting. So let's now get into this conversation. So what's your definition of motherhood or parenting? What does it mean to you?
Motherhood to me is someone who nurtures a baby from infancy, and parenting to me is more the same to motherhood. Someone who nurtures the baby from an infant stage. You don't have to necessarily be the one that carried the pregnancy and take care, and give birth to the baby. But if someone has taken care of a baby from the infancy stage to adulthood stage, that is motherhood to me, or parenthood as well.
Interesting. And in a nutshell, how has your pregnancy journeys been from your firstborn to your lastborn? Have you been having smooth pregnancies? Ama kuna complications? Yeah.
My first pregnancy was actually the easiest that I've ever had. Though before that I had a miscarriage, so I was really careful on that pregnancy. But it wasn't. I didn't have any complications with that pregnancy. So with my second baby, I got to know that I have a weaker cervix, incompetent cervix. That means I was always careful on what to do and what not to do, because according to my doctor, if I would not take care of myself or do things that I'm not supposed to do, chances of losing the pregnancies was very high. So, and that has been to all my pregnancies. So the first 5 months, I'm always careful on what I'm doing, because according to my doctor, I have a weaker cervix. But I thank God, because with my 4th and 5th baby, my doctor had said I was going to have a stitch at around 16 weeks to make sure that it holds the cervix, that the baby, I cannot miscarry the baby. But God is a miracle working God, because it was not my prayer it was not my desire to have a stitch. Amazingly enough, I've been able to carry the pregnancies and all to not to full-time, because none of my kids have ever gone to full-time. I always get them around 37 weeks, 36, and actually my fourth baby, not the fifth one, I got him at around 35 weeks and 2 days. So for me, not more complications, because through prayer and also through being really, really careful, God has helped me, and I've been able to deliver normally.
And at some point, have you ever wished to have a girl? Am I just comfortable with the boys?
Yeah, I hear that questions many times. So, Chef, this is the thing. Me and my husband, we had prayed and trusted God for actually 5 boys. So for us, it's an answered prayer. And well, there are these moments my husband will say that I need a princess, because you cannot be the only queen. You know, when he's joking about it and all that. Yes, definitely, there's that feeling of well, I feel like I need a girl, but it's not something that is giving me or my husband any stress. But I would also want to, you know, the feeling of knowing how a girl behaves or how she's going to be, you know, all those kind of things. Yes. So really, to me, yes, I would wish to have a girl, but at the same time, it's not something that will make me feel any stressed.
I hear you. And even for you to be able to raise those 5 boys, of course, it's God, first of all. And secondly is your husband. I'm sure he's a very strong support system in your family and in your boys' life. How does he help you come in? How does he help you raise these kids?
I really thank God for him, and I thank God how he was raised, because you know, I've heard many stories of how many men are cultured and the aspect of not helping their wives, like something to do with like changing a nappy, you know, like even maybe washing the kids. You know, when my husband helps me to do that, some people or some other culture look at it like oh, he's a weak vessel, you know, that kind of a thing. But to me, it's very beautiful, and for me, that shows how a father should be. That should be there to bring in the physical support, to bring in the emotional support, and also to bring in the spiritual support. So first, he's a priest of our home, and I thank God because he's guiding us to walk in the ways of the Lord, and also guiding my kids to recognize that God is there. Secondly, when it comes to the physical aspect, he's been helping. Well, most of the times when he's at home, he's been helping me with the kids. Sometimes maybe I want to rest and he's there. He's like, you know what, you just have a rest. And then I lock my room and he's with the kids. So for me, that's to be grateful for. And well, economically, you know, I really thank God that he supports us. I believe that, and not only believing, we come number one when it comes to him. And I thank God for that. So for me, he's my number one support. Of course, definitely we have all these other challenges when he's really overloaded with work and he's not able to help in at that moment. And for me, I realized, you know what? If he's swamped with work, then I get in. And at the moment, because I'm not working, I'm taking care of the kids and doing my work online. For me, that works at this time. So yes, he's a supportive husband.
Indeed he is. So now let's get into your fitness journey as a mom. When did you first get into fitness, and what triggered you to get into fitness?
One, I've been raised up at the Kenya Navy. I'm a Navy kid. My dad was a soldier there, and I've been sporty through my entire life. And this is something that I would want to share, that I always hoped and I always thought that I was going to be an officer, and especially the Kenya Navy. I always looked at myself with a white white uniform and with a cap and walking around and marching, because it's very beautiful, and I've grown up in such an environment. So for me, fitness, I started it while I was a small kid, in my primary, in my high school, and also in my campus. But now when it came to motherhood, I took it to another notch, because I used to play basketball, and I couldn't get time to go to work, time to come back and take care of my baby, and that time I decided, you know what, let me take it to another level and start doing a gym workout. So when I started gym workout, at some point I couldn't also manage it very well, because I was out of the house and the baby needed me, and most of the cases I was pregnant or I was having toddlers, and it couldn't just work for me. So I decided, you know what, let me start doing home workouts, because I feel like when I'm working out in the house, then I'm able to see my kids, I'm able to see what is happening around. And that is why I started Mama Fitness. But this is the main reason as to why I started Mama Fitness. There are moments that I didn't have nannies, and I will stay for like 2 months to 3 months without having a nanny, because I'm the kind of a woman who, if I release a nanny, I'm not so quick to getting another one, because I feel like my kids are not yet ready to be introduced to another person. So that time of not having a nanny, I would always do everything alone. So with getting tired, like physically, mentally, I was always getting tired. And I said, you know what, I need to be doing a lot of home workouts. So this is what I will do. I'll wake up very early in the morning, prepare everything, clean up. When the kids, they're up, food is ready, breakfast is ready. Then now I know the only thing I'm supposed to do that time is just to chill out with them and feed them, and even do some of the house chores while they are there. But I'm telling you, Chep, by 6:30, these kids, they've eaten food, and by 7 they're in bed. And to date, I thank God that that's the same routine that we have.
I hear you. And by the way, I'm sure, okay, even me personally as a mom, it's not easy, like having the consistency of working out every day. How do you ensure you work out every day? And you can also help moms out there. I'm sure most of us want to get into fitness, but that dedication is what is lacking.
Yes, of course, Chep. People say that they don't have time to work out, and sometimes I get to understand it. But this is what has worked for me. I try to do in between workouts. If I don't have time or to set a specific time to work out, I do in between workouts. And this is what I mean. When I'm in the kitchen cooking and my kids are there and I'm watching them, I will do a few squats, or maybe 100 or 120 or even 200 squats while I'm at the kitchen. If I'm in my room and the kids are all over there and I'm still doing some other chores, I will still do my burpees in my room. If it's time for them to read, and after classwork we're there and bonding, I will still work out with them. So for me, when people say that they don't have time, I feel a bit sorry about them, because I feel like you can do in between workouts, because if it's something that you really want it, you will have to do something about it. When the kids are playing, I'm also getting time to play and work out with them. And you know what, Chef, you don't have to do all these hard things to keep a fit life. I realized, just do what works for you. If it's jumping, jump as many times as possible, because the main intention at that moment is just to keep a fit life. If it's dancing, dance yourself out, put some music, dance with your kids, enjoy at the same moment, you know, and at the same time you've kept a fit life. So for me, that has worked for me. Working out in between in between workouts when you're doing other things works for me when I don't have time. But if I have other things that I'm doing, you know what, Chep, working out for me is a priority. People create time for the things that are priority to them. So for me, if it's a priority to me, then in a day I will put 30 minutes or 40 minutes for me to work out. If it is not a priority, then you will not be able to do it.
I hear you. And you as a mom, how do you ensure you take a break from being a mom and just ensure you take a breather?
I love myself too much. I think I don't know what to say. If I was able to do other things now, like maybe travel and come back the same day and do all those kind of things, I will do it. But this is what I do, Chep. Like when I said I love myself too much, is I realize that, you know what, I am a self priority. I come first before any other person comes. So if I am not, if I don't take care of my mental and the feeling that I have in myself, then I'm not going to take care of my kids, and I'm also not going to be a good wife to my husband. So this is what I do. I don't fail to have time for my massage, you know, that I do once, possibly in a month or maybe twice. But I also have my girlfriends, people that I hold dear, and people that are friends to me, and people that I know that these are my sisters, you know. So once, not often, because I'm not this person who, goes out every time, because there are other priorities in life. But often I have friends who will just go out, chill out, and have a cup of tea, you know, and just talk, because my girls are my support system, you know. And I would want to advise mothers and women that, you know what, your close girls are your support system, because when we get to share, we get to encourage one another and get to know, you know what, oh, I thought I'm going through this alone. My girl is also going through it, or rather she went through it and she came out a stronger person. So for me, that me time is very important, because if you don't get to have your me time, you will break down. You will break down, and you will not be able to come up. Before you realize, it's you in your old age, you're regretting and saying, you know what, I didn't live a life. All my life I kept it to my kids, you know. All my life I gave it to my husband. But that is not the case. Just get a way of balancing life. For me, I get time to go do my eyebrows, to do my hair, to do my manicure and pedicure, and at least take care of my body. Yes, and I have time to even go to the house of the Lord and just have a moment with other women and just hear the word of the Lord and worship, because I love worship too much. Yeah, so, but at the same time, Chep, everyone needs to understand, being a mother is a lifetime responsibility. So the things that I used to do when I was young, possibly I'm not able to do them right now. But at the same time, don't forget yourself. Just have that moment, but don't make it too much, because anything too much is poisonous, they say. Sure. Yeah.
Whoa, what a hey. I don't know how to best put this, but thank you for being open. Thank you for sharing what works for you. And I'm sure if somebody has gotten one or two things, maybe some things they couldn't do, considering you're a mom of 5, you have a family, yeah, you have your husband there to take care of, and you're doing good. So as we wrap up this conversation, what are some of the challenges you face as a mom in a nutshell, and some of the things that make you proud as a mom?
Yeah, Challenges, maybe I'll just say sometimes it's not easy to be a mother, because I know I've had many women say, I wish I was prepared for this, because this is a human that we are taking care of, and this is someone who is going to become an adult, and we need them to become a responsible adult. So my challenge is, I don't know how to put this. My challenge is trusting God that, I am doing the best for these kids to become a responsible adult. So for me, that's a challenge where I'm asking myself that, am I a good mother? Am I raising these kids to become a responsible adult? Are there things that I'm doing that are going to make them go astray? So really, that's for me a challenge. But these other things of raising kids and all that, I think God has given me the grace to be able to raise them, So really, I don't know, Chef, but my main challenge is just to see them to grow and be men that are going to be better people in the community, and also to be better priests for their home. Yeah. And one thing I appreciate about motherhood is that I don't think there's greater joy than having kids, and just being blessed by the Lord and seeing them around and playing with them and hearing some of their fears and some of their and seeing how different personalities they have, because it's interesting, and that just reminds me of how God is. These little human beings, they are so different. One is like this and the other one is like this, and this other one is just totally different. So for me, it's a blessing that the Lord has blessed me with children, and there's no greater joy than that. And the fact that God has given me the responsibility to raise them, that to me is the greatest responsibility.
You make me want to have 5 or more kids, but no. Never, ever. Anyways, thank you so much for your time, Mama. I've enjoyed this conversation. You're a great woman. You're a great, strong woman. A phenomenal woman indeed. So before we wrap up, let me ask you to just share you'll wrap up with the parting shot advice to moms who want to get into fitness, moms who are raising kids like you, like 5 kids. 5C joke. And where people can be able to find you, where they can be able to also find your workouts.
All right. I would encourage moms to understand that before your kids came into your life, you were there. You were your first priority. So I'll tell women that it's important for you to take care of yourself, and keeping fit is one of the ways to take care of yourself. Secondly, have a support system. People out there are willing to help. For me, this has worked for me, Chef. I have my accountability partner, and I also have mothers that have gone ahead of us that I get to talk to and get to understand just the journey of motherhood, because there's so many challenges that I've gone through that, I sit down and say, this is not the moment to just talk about anything, but this is the moment to just seek guidance, so I would reach out to them and talk to them. And that has really worked for me. Like, when I say support system, these are the people that are going to help us to become better mothers. So if you stay in your home, in your own cocoon, and say, I'm married, I have my kids, this is the only people that I need in my life, I really feel sorry for those kinds of individuals, because that is not the only family that you have. We have another family that is the community that are there to help us to grow together. So if you stay alone and you become depressed, at the same time your self-esteem will go down, same time your health, you'll get to have health issues. So if you get to love yourself, then you will look out for the right people that will work with you. If you want to keep fit, like I said, you know what, make it fun. Keeping fit is, well, we've always had this perception of like it's very hard to keep fit. Well, possibly yes, because before you start working out, this is not something you are used to. But if you get to enjoy it and make it to be something fun, and like I said, do something that works for you. Don't say that Chep lifts weights 100 kg and does squats and this is what I want to do, and possibly it's not going to work for you. But if you can just run like every day, if you can do squats in the house, if you can dance, if you can swim, you know, anything that keeps your physical, like anything that is physical activity, then that's okay. So for me, anything that works for you, go ahead and do it. If you want to reach out to me, you can get me on my Instagram, on my social media handles. That is Instagram, Mama Fitness Kenya. Then on Facebook, Mama Fitness Kenya Fit Women Group. Then you can send me a message and we can see how I can be of help to you. And also, Chep, I also do a lot of mental health talks, because I love inspiring women and I love inspiring people out there to understand that you are not alone. All of us are going through challenges. It's only that they are not the same challenge. But if you're there to support me and I'm there to support you, then the community will become a better place to be.
Whoa, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mama Fitness. Asante sana. And guys, we are going on a short commercial break. Coming up next is Parenting One-on-One with Juliet Murimi. So don't go anywhere. On my social media handles at Chepchumba Cherus on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter at Malin Cherus. The hashtag to use is The Parenting Show.